the last door in the house. Everyone in Briarwood knew to stay away from the Hale house. It stood at the very end of Hawthorne Street, where the road cracked and the streetlights stopped working. The house had been empty for as long as anyone could remember, windows boarded, paint peeling like dead skin, the front door hanging slightly open no matter how many times it was nailed shut. People said the house didn't like being closed. Evan moved to Briarwood in late October, just as the trees began to rot into shades of brown and black. He rented the small blue house across the street from the Hale place. It was cheap, too cheap, but Evan didn't ask questions. He needed somewhere quiet, somewhere no one knew him. The first night, he noticed the door. At exactly 2:17 a.m., the Hale house's front door creaked open wider than before. Evan told himself it was the wind. The second night, he heard footsteps on the porch. Slow, careful, like someone learning how to walk. By the third night, someone knocked on his door. Evan froze in bed, staring at the ceiling. The knocking was soft but deliberate, 3 taps, a pause, then 3 more. He checked his phone. 2:17 a.m. "Go away," he whispered. The knocking stopped. In the morning, Evan asked his neighbor, Mrs. Calder, an old woman with cloudy eyes and a permanent frown. "Did someone used to live in the Hale house?" he asked. Mrs. Calder went very still. "There are many doors in that house," she said slowly, "and not all of them lead outside." That night, Evan dreamed of hallways. Endless, narrow hallways lined with doors, some wooden, some metal, some pulsing softly like they were breathing. Every door had his name carved into it. He woke up screaming. On his bedroom wall, something had been written in deep scratches. "Open the last one." Evan tried to leave Briarwood the next day. His car wouldn't start. The bus never came. His phone lost signal the moment he stepped outside. At sunset, the Hale house changed. The boards fell away from the windows with wet, cracking sounds. The front door opened fully, revealing darkness that felt thick like fog. And then Evan heard it. His own voice. "Evan," it called softly from inside the house. "Come home." He backed away, heart pounding. "That's not me," he said out loud. "That's not real." The voice laughed, wrong, stretched, echoing from too many mouths. At 2:17 a.m., his front door unlocked itself. Evan ran. He didn't remember crossing the street. He didn't remember stepping onto the porch. All he remembered was standing inside the Hale house, the air cold and wet, the walls shifting slightly as if alive. The door slammed shut behind him. The hallway stretched endlessly forward, lined with doors. Each one whispered. Some begged. Some screamed. Some promised forgiveness. At the very end of the hall was a single black door. It was taller than the others, newer, clean. And carved into it was the worst thing Evan had ever seen. His face. "You know what's behind it," the house said. "No," Evan whispered. "I don't." The lights flickered on, revealing scenes playing across the walls like living memories. Evan pushing his brother down the stairs. The crack of bone. The blood pooling at the bottom. Evan standing there, silent, as sirens approached. Evan telling the police it was an accident. "You left him behind," the house whispered. "You closed the door." Evan collapsed to his knees. "I didn't mean to," he sobbed. "I was scared." The black door began to open on its own. Inside was a small, dark room, a staircase leading down. And at the bottom, his brother, twisted, broken, smiling. "You finally came back," his brother said, eyes far too wide. "It's your turn now." Hands grabbed Evan from behind, dozens of them, pulling him toward the door. He screamed as the house swallowed him whole. The next morning, a new house appeared on Hawthorne Street. Fresh paint, clean windows. A "for rent" sign out front. And across the street, Mrs. Calder watched as a young man unloaded boxes from his car. She sighed. At 2:17 a.m., the knocking would begin again.